Hello YouTube, De-bodgery here. Welcome to EV Components Review. This is a hack video for the Dualtron Mini Teverun. You have this little RFID card reader thing on here. So you get two of these little cards with your scooter and you tap it on there. Little LED turns on saying that this has recognized your card. And then you can hit the power button on your i3 throttle, and then your scooter is enabled and you can ride away. So that's how this operation works. Problem though is it's either the RFID chip in here or these things are massively unreliable and they fail like crazy. So the local EV shop that I do work for on the side, he's bought 10 of these Teveruns, and so far, 8 of them, he's had to replace this thing right here, and of course you get new cards at the same time, so you don't really know which one is which. And this card is keyed specifically for this one, so I can't just take this over to another Teverun and have it enable that one. It doesn't work, because they're both encoded together. Anyway, he's had to replace 8 out of 10 of these things on the 10 Teveruns that he bought for sale, because that's just how unreliable they are. So anyway, yeah, he came over yesterday and said, hey, can you look at these things? I brought 2 of the Teveruns with him. Can you look at these things and come up with some way that we can get rid of the stupid NFC reader and just completely bypass it or something? I've replaced 8 out of the 10 that I have, and when are the other 2 going to fail? I've bought spares of those things just because they all fail. Because I'd like to just not even have them if I can. And I went, I don't know if I can fix it. Sure, let me take a look. So anyway, yeah, I started taking things apart, started measuring signals and stuff, cracked open the case, and so everything here, this is all glued shut. This is not serviceable. I had to basically destroy it. This little circuit board is embedded in this clear potting, so that basically waterproofs it. And there are 3 wires soldered down to it. And so right there, you can see the 3 solder pads, and on the other side, they are labeled as well. So you got ground, VCC, and B+ right there. And that's pretty much everything. So ground and battery plus goes into this little DC to DC converter on here, powers up the board, and powers all the electronics on here. And of course, when you tap this little LED that's right there, turns on, tells you this thing is on. So in exploring this thing, I wanted to figure out what the hell it'd actually do, how hard is it to bypass, and it ended up being really, really easy to bypass. So you don't have to replace this stupid thing, which is just a piece of crap that breaks anyway. All right, so right here is a little MOSFET, and its source and drain legs go right across battery plus and VCC. So all it's really acting like is a switch. It's either open or closed. That's all it's doing. And the rest of this thing here is basically providing a very complex way to tell a MOSFET to turn on or off. And that's it. So, really buggered, jiggered, overly complicated, stupid, bad implementation that breaks all the time. Okay, so you can bypass all this stuff incredibly easy. All you need is this. That's the cable that used to go in that little hole right there up inside, and then those 3 wires were soldered onto this board. So you don't need to take everything apart. You don't. I'm just showing you everything here so you really understand what's going on here. Basically, unplug this from the connector that's coming up from the cabling harness, tear this off your handlebars. So I had to kind of hack at that with some flush cutters so I could bend this back enough to get it off. And then you'll have basically, this cable coming out like that. And basically leave yourself a couple inches and then cut it right here. Everything else here, throw it away. You won't ever use it again. And then you're going to strip back this outer insulation, and that's going to expose the 3 wires inside like this. At the top of the outer black insulation, just snip off the black wire. You don't need it. The white wire and the red wire, you're going to strip off the insulation off of those, and this is Teflon insulation. That's kind of cool. Strip off like a 1/4 inch or a little bit like that. Twist those 2 wires together, solder them together, put some heat shrink on them, and plug this back in again to that cable connector. And Bob's your uncle. Your scooter now works with that totally eliminated. This is a bypass for it. That coil wrap stuff that's all over everything, if you unwrap that stuff all the way down to like the V, where all the cables meet together, you can then tuck this little, jumper basically into there and completely hide it so it's not even visible, and you can get rid of all this crap. It doesn't do anything for you. It just complicates things by adding this RFID reader that breaks. So bypass it completely just by taking the red and the white wires and jumpering them together. That's it. And that will completely eliminate everything here. Black wire, just cut it off. You don't need it. It's completely extra. So anyway, simple fix, bypass for the Teverons or any other Minimotor / Dualtron that happens to use these RFID readers, which are garbage. Yeah. I mean, 8 out of 10 of them don't work straight from the factory, and you have to buy replacements. And he got one for his kid, and that one he had to replace it within like a week. I mean, come on. That's pretty sad. Anyway, yeah, just bypass it. Keep the cable, cut it off, strip the outer insulation back, cut the black wire off at the top of the outside insulation, take the red and the white wire, jumper them together. Bob's your uncle, you're done. Plug this back in. Don't have to do anything else. And you have completely bypassed all of that nonsense. Anyway, hope to help some folks out. Talk to you later. Bye.